Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. 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 Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's up? What's up?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Give you a little preview. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. That's dope.
So we're
son.
doing here at Basketballheadzz. You never know
That's what's up.
what you might be getting. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit. Peace to the guard, yo.
And my man went to Jackson too.
Played for Granby.
He played for Granby.
Okay, peace.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yo, ask me anything. I don't care. Let's
all right. So, all right. We want to get, what was the school that you went and killed down in Indiana? What are some of the schools that was recruiting you?
Everybody. I got recruited by Providence, Syracuse. We're going to that. I was part of the probation for Syracuse with Conrad. We're going to that.
Yeah. I want to get into that story because everybody said you're supposed to go to Syracuse. So we're gonna wait for some more people to come in the room.
That's me. I was supposed to. UCLA, Pepperdine, Indiana State, Wichita State, St. John's, West Virginia.
What school did you go? What school did you visit?
My 5 visits was Syracuse, Wichita State, Duquesne, unofficial St. John's. Well, unofficial Syracuse too, but that's a whole different story.
All right, so let's dive right into the unofficial Syracuse story.
Yo,
because I know Rob Johnson has something to do with this.
Yeah, yo, shout out to Rob Johnson. If guys don't understand what handlers are, Rob was the handler for New York City for really Brooklyn. Well, because that's where my connection with Queens is at, as far as like Dave Edwards and I'm like, that's where I was with. So rest in peace, Dave Edwards. Love that man, yo. Damn, man.
Yeah, definitely rest in peace.
Rob Johnson had me, right? So Rob was the one that was getting me to that. First, I did Syracuse camp. I did Syracuse camp in the 8th grade. So, you know, he had me and Bud. We was going to shit, right? So BC All-Stars. And what happened was that I can say it now because they already did they dirt on it. But from my 8th grade year to my senior year in high school, I was at Syracuse a lot. The thing was that what went down was that my sophomore year, I think it's my junior year. My junior year, the NCAA contacts Duquesne and says they want to talk to me about my recruitment by Syracuse. Unbeknownst to me, and that's why you need to pick the right schools, is that Syracuse wasn't having it. I mean, Duquesne wasn't having it. Duquesne was like, does it have anything to do with our recruitment of him? They was like, no. They was like, does it have anything to do with his eligibility? They was like, no. So Duquesne was like, we want that in writing before we even allow you to say anything to Effrem. So they did it. They granted me immunity on anything I was going to tell them. They was like, this doesn't have anything to do with my eligibility, blah, blah, blah. I said, all right. So it was like the next day, I don't know, I was supposed to meet down at the athletic department, you know, coaches, athletic director, whatever, so I can talk to the NCAA people. That night, Rob Johnson called me. He was nervous. He was like, Effrem, please. He was like, you don't understand the consequences of what's going on. I was like, I do, Rob. He was like, yo, he was like, it was so long ago. He was like, just hit them with, you don't know, you don't remember. I said, Rob, don't worry about it. right? What he didn't know and what I didn't know is that the NCAA had came to Brownsville already. They was good. They sent some young black woman to my mom. Went and took my mom out to lunch. And like I said, my mother don't play. She didn't care about anything basketball. She didn't care about rules and regulation. My mother told the truth. So when I went to the gym to sit down and talk with them, the first thing they said was, Effrem, before we have any dealings, gee, they gave me a manuscript about this thick. My mom's conversation. I'm skimming through it. I'm seeing Lenora Whitehead says he went there on a weekend in November, came back with Syracuse orange sneakers. He came back with sweatpants. He came back with shirts and sweatsuits for me. He gave his brother sneakers. So I'm looking at the joint like, and I know in my heart, my mother is telling the God honest truth. But I knew what the deal when I was doing it, what was going down. So I'm not going to sit up here and throw Syracuse under the bus. I was like, I don't. And they were just going over her transcript saying, is that correct? I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know about that. So when it was all said and done, I think that's what Syracuse got hit with. Conrad lost a year eligibility, I think.
Right.
And they got hit with the 3-year because, and that's the other thing they did. After we finished with the manuscript, and they were like, they really wanted to know when we were in Syracuse and who was taking us and who was paying for all of this, right? So of course it was, they knew about Rob Johnson, right? So what they did was that they asked me first, they said, do you remember the basketball game against Syracuse and St. John's? ABC Sports, Saturday, 3:00 game. I was like, yeah. They were like, well, you at that game.
Right.
At the Carrier Dome. I was like, I don't think so. I don't remember. I said, bruh, they popped in the VCR tape. Television. ABC's on television.
And so you there?
They stopped the tape and said, who are these 4 individuals? It was me, B. Walker, Conrad, and Rob Johnson sitting right behind the fucking bench. That was the game that Mark Jackson hit that teardrop to beat them.
Right.
And it was on national TV, and they had the tape. Only thing I could say was that. Yes, yeah, that's us. And I think that was one of the defining factors on their 3-year joint. But shout out to Syracuse, Jim Boeheim, Wayne Morgan, and Bernie Fine and them. Always treated me well. Shout out to DC, Stevie Thompson and them. My man Derek Brower from Long Island. Big D, that's who. I mean, he gave me his shorts, his practice shorts. That nigga 6'10". I was like skinny then. Them shorts used to be like a dress on me.
Yeah.
But what
So
else?
with all that, what made you just go to Duquesne?
My mom, education. Everybody that came in that recruited me, my mother only really had about 2 questions for them. The first question was, being that my son is black and your school is predominantly white, what do you have to fit his cultural needs so he don't get homesick? Or my son don't start roaming the ghettos in your city because he's from the hood. Yo, a lot of coaches were stuck. They was just like, the school has activities for the kids, and my mother was like, yeah, what? And she like, don't tell me about no Mary Poppins, what they got for all the white kids and the kids soda pops. What do they have for black kids and the brown babies that go there, right? So, and then the other question she had for them was, how many of your student athletes graduate? Swear to God on my mother's grave, Jim Boeheim could not answer that. And I was kind of like mad at him. Because, I was like, I want to go to Syracuse. I want to go to Syracuse. Right. So I wanted them to have a good showing and win my mom over. My mother was in love with Wayne Morgan. I don't know. I don't know if she tried to slide off with him. I don't know. So my mom was single, so but my mom used to be like, that Coach Morgan, baby. I think you might have to go there. But nobody could. And then, but I think, that's another story, another time. I love Coach Ringo, but he did some funny dealings as far as my recruitment is concerned. I think he gave Duquesne the insight before they got there to know what my mother was looking for. But at the same token, Duquesne graduates really to this day like 72% plus of their student athletes. So that's why I went to Duquesne. And plus, when I went my visit.
How was your time there? How was your time there at Duquesne?
Yo, I wouldn't trade anything except for my basketball. Watch this. I told you the other day, people don't know. I played in every game of my college career. I walked in as a freshman. I played every game until I left as a senior. They had me play with a fever. I played against UAB down in Alabama. I wasn't even supposed to make the trip. It was my senior year. I actually cried because I didn't get sick that often. And I really didn't get, like, flu sick.
Right.
And I got the flu. And I got effed up, and I went to, home school services, and they was like, you got the flu. You get a fever. You need to go to your room and get under covers. And so I called the athletic department to tell my coaches, like, yo, I just came from health services. They said I got the flu. We leaving to play UAB the next day. So Coach Cal calls me back. He's like, hey, Effrem, how you feeling? I was like, Coach, I'm feeling like I'm about to die. He was like, all right. He's like, but he was like, I want you to come down to the gym and get some treatment from the medical staff, the training staff. He just didn't want me in the room. So while they were at practice that night, I was in the trainer's room, whatever they was doing, putting fluids in me, whatever. So the next day, we were supposed to leave, and my fever didn't break. So I already knew. Like, I had no energy. And they called, and the office secretary, the basketball secretary called and said, hold on, somebody said, what about when Los was killing that guard? Yo, okay, that's okay. Oh, that's the Gannon story P talking about. I'm going to tell you that after this. I'm going to tell you that. I got you, P. I see it. I got you. All right, so what happened was that the basketball secretary calls my room and says, Effrem, Coach Carroll wants you to come down to the gym. I said, what? She was like, he wants you to just go on the trip. Okay, Moni, okay. So I get my stuff together in my room for a away game. I go down. They isolate me on the back of the bus. They isolate me on the plane. But he tells me he just wants me to make the trip. I'm not playing. No problem. All right. We get there. And the next day we play. So we have shoot around. Well, we have practice at some school. And then the next day when we have shoot around, I'm just in sweats. Everybody else is in they, practice gear. So we go back to the hotel. And, the manager's got to come around to all the players' room with your uniforms that you wear, your warm-ups and your uniforms. And they ask you what sneakers, because you don't wear your game sneakers. They take your sneakers and bring. So he got my shit. And I'm like, yo, Hav, I'm not playing. I'm like, I'm sick. He was like, nah, coach said he just wants you dressed on the bench. All right. I get dressed. We get to the game. Everybody, they warming up against UAB, the horns, and they getting ready. I'm sitting on the bench with the trainers. I ain't on the layup line or nothing. I'm sitting there coughing, playing the game. And Jerry West is at this game to see my man Derek Austin. He was scouting my man Big D. So I'm kind of upset because I'm like, damn, we got an NBA scout here. I need to be playing in this game to give me some exposure. But I'm sick. Whatever. My guy, 2 minutes left in the first half. I'm all the way. It's coaches, players, trainers, the priests we bring with us, me, water coolers. Everybody's going, yo, Effrem. I'm like, what? This nigga is waiting for me to go into the game. I'm getting up, and Coach Larry Harris, our assistant coach, he comes to me as I'm walking, like I'm going in the game, and he's like, I don't think he agreed with it. He's like, whisper in my ear, just give us what you got. If you feel any way, dizzy, something like that, let me know immediately. You're coming out the game. I'm like, all right. So I go in, bro. I know I look sick because one of the cats from UAB, as soon as I walked on the court and I had to hold him, he was like, damn, Holmes, you good? Because my eyes is all bloodshot. I think I got snot coming out of my nose. I'm coughing. So I played the last 2 minutes of the half. Son, I started the second half and played the whole second half. A fever. 103.
How did you do?
Terrible. I think I maybe had 3 points, 1 rebound. Terrible. But see, that's the thing, is that a lot of cats don't understand that my game, some people are just good to have on the court. And I guess that's what he was looking at me as, is that I don't have to score to be.
Did y'all win?
That game, did we beat UAB? Because that's the funniest thing. No, actually, no. We lost to them. But remember, that's my senior year. We beat them in the NIT first round.
Okay.
How about that? Yeah. They came back. They came to us for the first round. That was it. Because we missed the NCAA tournament by 1 game. And that's what, okay, real quick, the Gannon story. Okay?
Right.
If any guys know any NBA players now, there's a trainer in the NBA. His name is Gannon Baker. He done train D Wade, LeBron, Kobe. Yo, he was my college teammate, white dude from Virginia, right? As far as basketball knowledge and as far as the tools that you need, Gannon knew that. He just didn't have the athletic ability for that. This is the first cat that I ever met that he can shoot ambidextrous threes. Like if you come running at him and he pump fake you with his right hand, he can actually put the ball in his left hand and shoot the 3. That was crazy. Great talent, right? But the story P is talking about is that my senior year at Duquesne, well, first, my junior year, they took us out the Atlantic 10. We played in the MCC with Notre Dame, Butler, like that's why I know my man, Monty Williams. God bless him. He lost his wife and now he a funny motherfucker. That motherfucker was playing against me. He kept backing up saying, "What up, New York? You ain't got no jump shot."
Right.
But shout out to Monty. But what happened was that my junior year we played in the MCC, and my senior year, they put us back in Atlantic 10. When we got back in Atlantic 10, we had, my sophomore year is that when we started in Atlantic 10 that year, we had, my man Groove just checked in. James Hargrove, Atlantic 10 or score. Duquesne Killer led the Atlantic 10 in scoring his junior year. Top 10, shout out Groove. That's my man. That's my brother right there. But
definitely need to get you on one day, fella.
Bro, watch this story I'm about to tell about Gannon. Don't laugh either. So what happened was that we're about to play Rhode Island. Shout out Cal Ivy Jones. Shout out Andre Samuels. Shout out Carlos Easterling. New York was definitely on that team, That's why, the A-10 was crazy, son. We was in the A-10. Rutgers, Rhode Island, Duquesne. We was in there, son. So what happened was that we was about to play Rhode Island, right? We got Groove, what was it? I think we had a 14 game home winning streak. Like we had one of the longest Division I home winning streaks at this time, right? This was the first time, like we came in, like when me and Groove got there, we came in, we beat Temple for the first time that they ain't beat in over like 20 years. We beat Rhodey, we beat Rutgers, so we had broke a lot of trends that from Duquesne. Like the year before we got there, Duquesne was 7-22.
Wow.
My freshman year, we were 13-15, and Coach Carroll got Coach of the Year in Atlantic 10. So that's how we came in. But my sophomore year, we about to play Rhodey, right? And we got the winning streak going. Now, mind you, we are killing them. We up 16. Dre and them know it. They was like, yo, it was two battles of two good teams at the time. People got to remember, the Atlantic 10 was the fourth best conference in the country, too. And I'm talking about the original Atlantic 10 with Penn State, all that, GW. We had 10 teams that was crazy. Temple had Mark Macon in them. We was crazy in the A10. So we up 16. Now, mind you, everybody knows Carlos Easterling game. If you from Brooklyn back then, Los is a point guard. Los ain't doing nothing too flashy, but he's solid. He ain't going to ruffle. You ain't going to back him down. You ain't going. And I told my coach, the game starts and Gannon is holding Los. I'm holding somebody else, probably Dre or somebody. Los is going there. He going there. He giving the white boy to Brooklyn, son. He giving him the Flatbush. He giving him straight Flatbush. I see it coming, son. I try to tell him, yo, let me hold him. I said, he's going to kill Gannon, but I can slow him down. Coach Carroll was like, no. He's not a scorer. He just runs the team. Gannon can stay on him. Okay. Los numbers that game. Now, mind you, everybody know Los. Los has never been a scorer. Los got 11 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 or 2 steals. His number line that game, Los had career high 27. Los got 8 assists.
Right.
Week for the Atlantic 10 because of the game. But the thing in the game was that we up 16. They breaking us down. 16, 12, 8, 5. We're up. No, Dre and them come back and they go up 1. It is 48 seconds left in the game. They come down this floor. We have my man that's on here right now, James Hargrove, the Atlantic 10 leading scorer. The play is simple. The timeout was called. We're going to do this. We're going to get the ball. We're going to bring the ball down. We're going to do this. James is going to get the ball. We live or die. Great. Let's go. They hand whoever the ball. I go to run down court. They give Gannon the ball. Los hit the boy with the, you scared. Los ran up to him and was like, kid, I'm running down the court. The play has nothing to do with me. I'm just going to set up where I'm supposed to be so this play can run for my man James to get the ball. Let's go home. My man going to hit this. It's cash. We only get there. I'm running down the court. The ball flies over my head, and our athletic director, who's standing in the doorway, the runway where we come out at, catches the ball. That's all I see. I see the ball being caught by the athletic director. I stop, and my hands is going up like, what's going on? And James and them is yelling at me, E, get back. This motherfucker done bugged out. E, get back. He fucked up. E, get back. He fucked up. So I'm running back like, damn, who I got? They get the ball. Los hold the ball out. We can't get the ball back. They beat us by 1. I'm dumbfounded in the game. What happened on that play? Of course, you got films. Oh, we're going to go to films on this. The next day, we get the ball. They throw it into Gannon. Gannon gets the ball. He turns around to bring the ball up. Los runs up. You see Los on film. Los runs up and just got his hands waving at him. The boy picked the ball up and just threw it.
Wow.
And he transferred that year. After that year, he only played 1 year. He transferred because he wasn't liked on the team. He wasn't.
He said, your boy Gross said it was a long night in that locker room.
Yeah. Cass was like, they wanted to put pause on him. But we D1. Everybody wild out. You here for a reason. But he transferred. I think that was the day he was like, I'm out of here.
And that probably changed his life for him to become successful in something else.
Nah, it was more or less like he wasn't no baller, son. He was a coach. You a coach trainer. You're not out here with us. We like, it was like, if you see There's a highlight I put up, but on my page of me shooting the jail, and actually that's me. The cat that passed me the ball is James on the highlight. But there's a part in there where that Carlos grabs a rebound on that. It's a highlight film, and my man Mark Gilbert. Shout out to my man Mark Gilbert. Mark Gilbert grabbed the ball in Los too, bruh. Only thing you see is Mark lifting Carlos up to the suspension, and everybody from Rhode Island, Duquesne, like, I'm pushing Dre out the way. We like, yo. And it wasn't ready for that. The A-10 was something to be beasted. Like, you had Temple with Aaron Jones and Aaron McKee and Eddie Jones. Let me say this, yo, and Groove, you know this. I got respect for Eddie Jones. Cat. Shaq used to say, barbecue chicken, that boy. He ain't want no dealings with me. Aaron used to switch in a minute. Aaron McKee used to be like, I got him. One time, let's do a quick story with that. Fucking, we playing Temple at McGonigal Hall, right? It's my senior year. So, I scored the first 9 points of the game for us. All trade balls. Because, you know, the saying was Effrem Whitehead can't shoot.
Right.
So, I'm coming down. Ha! Motherfucking John Chaney calls a timeout. So I'm walking to the bench after hitting the 3-ball from the wing. John Chaney grabs me. He says, what did the scouting report say about him? If he starts getting hot, it's going to be the wrong day. I told y'all. He slapped me on my butt and said, go ahead. But that's when we came out the next time. Aaron was like, I got you, E. Because I knew Aaron McKee since high school.
Right.
So, real quick, another one real quick about Eddie Jones.
No. Go ahead, I'm listening, brother.
Yo, he stepped into a pass, right? They was playing man-to-man. I popped up to the top of the key. He was holding me. Somebody threw a late pass, and he stepped into it. So he got the running start.
Right.
And I'm behind him. Eddie Jones don't have a handle. He really can't dribble. So he's like, and I'm coming. But the whole McGonigal Hall let him know I'm coming. Yo, watch your back. On my mother. The cat looked back at me, G. He said, fuck it. I don't need no more dribbles. God, he picked that shit up. Only thing I seen was the Nike sign on the back of his sneaker because his legs was up. Gee, I stopped. Everybody knows a basketball court. In the middle, you got the circle, right? I stopped because he bounced. He took off. I couldn't do nothing but watch. I stopped 2 steps after that circle. He was maybe 4 steps in front of me. I don't know where he took off from. Could have been a free throw inside the kick. Bruh, I just know one thing. There was no trying to block that. I put it this way. After he dunked it, I kindly just jogged in, took the ball, took it right down. Let's keep this game going.
And who was that again?
Eddie Jones.
Facts. Salute to Eddie Jones.
I tried to do some shit on him and Aaron one time. I went baseline on them. Bro, I missed the dunk. But oh boy.
Who was the guy you was dunking on in the article?
That was Big Harry-O from St. Bonaventure. Good player too. That boy averaged a double-double. Atlantic 10, second team, first team, I believe. That's funny because I never seen that picture until like 3 weeks ago. Somebody sent me that and was like, yo, E, you ever see this? And I was like, oh shit.
Did you dunk on him or did you miss it?
You know the old saying. One of my kids said it. They ain't gonna put it in the paper if coach missed it.
True.
All right, here's a good one for you. Let me tell you about when people don't know.
All right, hold on. Before you get to that question, that story, who are the best high school, college, and pro you played against? I need one from high school, one from college, and a pro that you played against. Who are the best 3?
The best high school player I ever played against was Norman Marbury, Juju. Then right after him, it had to be Mash. Best college player? College. Damn. Yo, it's ill because with all the names that I played against as far as college, people probably don't know this cat. His name is Tony Searles. I believe he's from Detroit. Jesus. He was at GW.
What school did he play for? Detroit?
He was at GW. Nah, he was at GW. Nah, you right.
Oh, he's at
nah.
George Washington. He's at George Washington. Okay.
Oh, shit. Yo, if cats don't know, when you play for whatever conference you play for, when you go to the conference tournament, you go to the dinner, it's a highlight film of the conference the whole year. Oh shit! Everybody, you remember Mark Strickland that played for Miami, went to Temple, and Mark had some bounce. Mark was about 6'7", 6'8". Stacey Augman built like and had some real bounce and clean glass up. Like, don't come here with weak shit. That's your shit getting 8. And one of the highlights was Dirk going baseline on him at GW. I ain't know. Oh shit, he cocked that shit back. I say him, but then again, it's 1,000. College, I played against Bob Sura and Sam Cassell in them. That's a quick story about that. I broke the school 3-point record against Florida State. I went donut in the first half against Florida State, 8th in the nation. I hit 5 threes in the second half. They were up 20, and they lost to us by 4.
Wow.
Lit they ass up. And the ill story about that is that if everybody know that once Sam Cassell graduated, he went to play for Houston, won the chip, and they beat the Knicks. Sam Cassell used to fuck with Madonna. We were somewhere. It might have been a Rebar, Nail, somewhere. And I'm walking through, and Sam Cassell. And somebody knows him. He knew whoever, somebody else. He was like, yo, what up? They stopped. And I'm walking through. And I'm like, yo, what up, Sam? Just like that. He looked. And he looked at me like, you? And I was like, Duquesne. And he started laughing. He was like, oh, boy, got us. He was like, oh, shit. He was like, yeah, you got us. You got us. But another quick story about that is that if nobody knows who Rodney Dobar is that played with Sam at Florida State, see, people don't like to tell the truth. That boy made me a poster. Oh, shit. I hope nobody can find that film. And they was like this. You know, Florida, they was like, oh!
Right.
Down on the break, right? This is the year before. They beat us by like 13 at their place. But the year before, Sam coming down on the break, I got Rodney Dobar, somebody fucking else on the side. So remember, I had hops too, bro. I could get up there, son. No bullshit. I'm gonna tell you a story about Marcus Camby, but I used to get up there. What happened was that, you know, I'm trying to slow the ball down, and maybe I'll give up a layup, you know. Hopefully my teammates will come, we'll scramble, whatever. That ain't go down like that. Sam did some shit on my man Boo Boo, my man Big Al from Philly and shit with the Roman Catholic. And he froze him and went past him. So I had to step up. And when I took one step up, oh, and Charlie Ward, that's right, Charlie Ward was on that team too, right, Groove? I took one step up, and that fucked me up because then when I realized he was throwing the oop. So my next step was up, and then I stuck back 2 steps and jumped. Bad thing about it is that I grabbed the ball first with one hand. Now you gotta think, I'm 6'5", 6'6". I'm over the rim. Rodney Dobar, 6'9". Whip bounce. He grabbed that shit. I got my hand on it.
Right.
He grabbed that shit, G. He dunked that shit on me so fucking hard. Yo, when he grabbed it, remember, I jumped back. It fucked my balance all up. So now I fall, we in the air, I'm falling into the nigga legs. You know what the ref doing?
And what?
And he swung on the rim like I'm in the jungle and the monkeys is out. Bruh. What happened? Watch this. I'm on the floor. I fall. The ball hit me in my head, coming down. But I'm on the floor more like this. I'm saying to the ref, like, I ain't foul. I'm no foul. I said, no foul. But I'm on the floor. The gym is going crazy. They going with the tomahawks. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And my man Mark Gilbert, who is, people don't know, he's Darrell Revis, the cornerback for the Jets.
Yes.
Uncle. That's his nephew, right? Mark went to Iona. He's from Pittsburgh, moved back, went to Duquesne. Shout out to my man Mark. Mark came running down. Mark was our enforcer on our team. Like, motherfuckers was wilding in the game. Mark will fuck a nigga up. I see Mark knock a nigga out in D1. But what happened was that while I'm on the floor screaming at him, like, yo, there wasn't no foul. You know, they was trailing the play. Mark runs up to me and grabs me. He was like, get up. And I'm like, yo, Gil. He was like, how fucking dumb you look. And I was like, what? So now, you know, we huddled up. And I'm like, yo, what? I said, damn, that shit was bad. All my teammates was like, yo, E, wait till we get the films on that shit. God damn. I said, damn. I said, but I ain't foul him. It was like, it looked like that to us. But I seen that shit later, and Lord Jesus. Yeah, Sean Gilbert, Mark's brother played for Carolina Panthers. Crazy.
Yeah, he said Hargrove said Gannon Baker talked about that story. And if you got to name one more, give me a pro that you played against that was good.
Oh my God. Who showed me some shit that was crazy? I gotta say, coming out, it's funny, people might be like, oh shit, Tony Hargrave, who didn't play like the NBA.
Tony Hargrave was good. It was good,
oh,
definitely.
Shit. Tony Hargrave showed me some shit. He showed me how, yo, I can make you foul me every time I get the ball. And that shit to me was unbelievable. Like
right.
That was crazy. But the pro, I don't know. People don't know. I was about to punch John Starks in the face. I was killing him one day, fucking on some, I'm trying to get on the Knicks maybe and shit. I'm on a humbug. I go to the camp and shit. It's some pickup shit, and he's in there, so we playing pickup. Bruh, I don't know. People don't understand is that, for one, John Starks is only about 6'3", 6'4". He's not big. And I play D. So I guess he didn't like it because everybody else was, I guess, respecting that he's on the Knicks and he's John Starks. I'm here to play ball and get better. And he tried to hit me with some like, oh, I'm gonna chop him in the neck, let him know that hey, you can't ball against me. And I went to go past him, and he straight out like went for me. Bruh, I don't got a contract, but I know I'm not pussy. I was like, I will fuck you up. But then security nigga, they was like,
you know, that's the politics of the game right there.
Yeah,
Hargrove,
was like, oh.
James Hargrove said Tony Hargrove was Mr. Basic.
Yo,
that describes him to a T, because he's not gonna do anything outside of his range.
Yo, he
to
had
put you at a disadvantage.
Yo, he had a move that I tried to do, and I was like, this shit is corny, and I don't see how this shit work. But yo, he left-handed, right? I think Tony was left-handed. What he would do is that he would come to you, right? He dribbling. He ain't had no right, but he had enough that he would put it in his right hand for one time. Get you over there, put it back in his left, and then go up. As soon as you go up to block it, he will put that shit underneath your arm and let his arms hit your arms every time. And that ball will go right off the glass. And
Facts.
I'm like, God, Dad. I used to try to emulate that. So I used to be like, go to the hole, pump fake, and be like, and I'm like, this shit gonna get punched over the court, yo. Every time I pump and go under, it's gonna get blocked. I don't know how Tony do this shit. But that was it. Other than that, but what else?
So now, you know, you through with college, you went to a few camps.
Right.
And you decided to go back and coach high school. How's that turning out?
Yo, the thing was that I never thought I'd become a coach. Because I got too much play in me. To this day, I still want to play ball. I ain't trying to win gold. I ain't trying to get no pro, but I still got the competitiveness to be on the court. So I never thought that I would ever coach. But, you know, God working mysterious ways is that when I moved back to New York from Pennsylvania, I didn't have a job. So, of course, you know, I was doing some bullshit, volunteering, reffing at, you know, little tournaments. And then what happened was that one of my friends from high school works in the DOE, and he got some after school program. Oh, yo, and shout out to Todd Grant with Team First.
Todd
Because
Grant, salute,
yeah,
salute, Todd Grant.
Todd G, because he also too, when I ain't have a gig and shit, I was trying to get work when I first got back. Todd put me into like some basketball instruction for the kids over here in Brownsville at Ascent Academy. And my man from high school called me and was like, yo, he just got an after school program. They want to do a basketball team. He said, I play baseball. He said, you the basketball motherfucker. Come on. I said, all right. And he said, that's going to get your foot in the door for the DOE. So I said, okay. What happened was that I volunteered coaching at a junior high school in Brownsville for 2 years, right? Every year the principals was changing and they were like, yo, we're gonna hire you, we're gonna hire you, you know. And I was like, all right, I'll get it. But right when I got a substitute teacher nomination in the Bronx. Most of it was done as far as me getting the job. And a friend of mine's wife, who was assistant principal in the DOE, asked me, she was like, E, are you ready for classes, like the teaching lessons and all that? I was like, nah. I was like, you know, I've done mentorship. I've done speeches. And I was like, nah. She was like, well, let me let you know. She was like, if you take this nomination and you don't become a teacher in 3 years, you're going to get fired. Ain't no coming back. She was like, how about this? She was like, she had just got to school where that she knew the principal, whatever. She was like, I'll try to see if I can get you in and you could be the para. She was like, do this, that, and that. So, and this is a school that doesn't have any paras. I ain't find that out till later. Like every other school got like 13,
Right.
15, 20. I'm the only was that I get there, my man and Lawrence Young from Queens, he's already there coaching. And he had just lost the city championship. It's an alternative transfer school, South Brooklyn and Red Hook. Right? So he had just lost the city championship the year before. I get there. We put our minds together. That was my first year ever coaching. I won the city championship.
Same here. When,
so I was like,
my first
yeah,
day
that's good
coaching high
shit.
school. Yeah.
But then ever since, it's like people don't understand is that I don't have a coaching staff. I don't have anybody, and that's what people got to realize. I didn't know how bad that was until you turn on the bench to talk to somebody about what's going on, and you have nobody to bounce it off for kids. And I'm like, damn, that's tough. That's tough. Yo, shout out Rob Phelps, Bud Pollard, Dwayne Morton. Yo, coaches now, man. They need us. You know what I mean? Sal Jefferson. You know, still Kenny Kings in them, yo. My man James Hargrove out in Patterson, he coaching too, yo. My thing is that before we get off here, I want to get down to the grind of something that people are not saying. They are not respecting New York City, tri-state area basketball anymore. And it's not that we don't have the talent here. It's that some of these bum-ass effers out here that's handling our kids. Yeah. Yo, listen to me. I hope this sink in. A lot of you effers are commentators, not coaches. Meaning that you can go and talk good about a game, but you should not be in a position to give advice or try to teach somebody how to play this game. When back in the 80s or 70s or the 90s, when you was in school and you was on the end of that fucking bench and it was other niggas nice, and now that you got older and you maybe got a little money with your job or whatever, so you can afford to play your own team or you put in, yo, stop that, man. Because I promise you, I'm not out here screaming about, yo, Effrem Whitehead is a high school basketball coach. Most people don't even know that I coach high school basketball. But I know one thing, I'm putting young black males back into our communities that overall might not have got a high school diploma or a GED or to be anything but, yo, I'm about to go scam or hustle. Like, I'm trying to put the belief in them that, yo, you can be vulnerable. You know, I'm trying to teach life lessons through sports. I have a lot of players that when they come to me, I don't build with them off of you are going to be the next LeBron. I build with them to be like, whatever you're going to be good at it. Whether it be a basketball player, whether it be an MTA worker, whether it be a sanitation, whether it be a daycare, whether you open your own business, whatever it may be. And right now, we have gimmicks. We have too many handlers that's pushing kids that really don't have the tools. Well, maybe have the tools as far as talent, but then what's next? Because that's what I
Well,
was taught.
they dress them up. They dress them up. They
Right.
give them the sneakers, t-shirts, the bags, the slippers. And so you see a lot of these dudes walking
Right.
around with slippers. That's
Right. It's like, yo,
and everybody think
it's
they
the old
ball
saying, yo,
players.
you walk in the park now, if you just look, everybody nice. They got the gear. They got everything, the elite this and that. But my thing is that it goes down to, I'm not taking anything away from what coaches, the real coaches are trying to do, but I'm like, yo, check yourselves. 'Cause I check myself a lot. I'm wondering what my players are thinking on and off the court, and that goes with mentality. I don't care about the cats that, yo, jump to the moon, your jump shot is gravy, but you don't play no D. You don't understand what system is. You don't understand possession. You don't understand half court to running. And that's what we're lacking, is that when I was growing up, I wanted to do that, G. You know how I ran.
Right.
I didn't want no structure. I wanted to play like, this is Utah, let's run. But I had coaches, you do this. This is a system. This is how you run. This is that. And I don't think we're getting that as New York City kids. We're not getting the coaches that, no dead ass. Ask my players. I don't care if you're scoring 30 for me. If you're not acting right, coming to practice up like that, yo, I'm sitting you most of the time.
What high school you at? What high school you at?
I'm at South Brooklyn Community High School in Red Hook. It's an alternative transfer school. Y'all got to understand, I get cats. I've had cats that's 21 years old in high school. There's nothing wrong with that.
Same here.
But,
my school, same thing.
You know, it's the direction I'm trying to push them in. It's about, okay, you beat S, you did this. But okay, like I tell my kids, what are you going to be doing when you're my age? Because even at my age, if I was in the best shape of my life, I'm not playing pro nowhere. So that's what I want them to think about. Even if you do have a career, you go on to play college basketball, maybe overseas, maybe make the NBA. Are you thinking about how are you going to make yourself, your family, your community better? And I think as a whole, our New York City kids are worrying about finger rolls and looking pretty. Like I told you the other day, shout out to Dykeman, no disrespect to them. But when you go to other cities like California to take the Drew League, or a league in Arkansas, a league in Philly sometimes, a good league, and you got to think Dykeman is one of the premier leagues for our high school kids to be exposed to.
Well,
yo, why you got people, you got no respect for the refs don't got respect for the game and calling it. They ain't got no structure out there. They half on the court. They got dudes on the mic and all this. But my thing is that, what is that teaching our high school kids when they go play at, let's say, at LIU, let's say at St. John's, let's say at Duquesne? D1 basketball ain't that.
See, I know, but what happens is we get caught up in the isolation game, right?
Right.
And
but that's
all
not
the
for
Nike,
you now.
listen, all the Nike tournament, if you notice, the majority of Nike tournaments, they play pro rules, right?
For high school kids.
For high school kids, right? So these guys is going one-on-one, and then they go to college, and these dudes is playing zone 95% of the time, and they get stuck. And there's no disrespect to someone like Isaiah Washington, who got caught up in between having a height and not having his game match his height. Right. So you go from the Big Ten, and you got to come back and go to Iona, and you don't even progress. You kind of regress.
Right. But this is the thing that I say. Like we talked the other day, and I said with Isaiah Washington, he has all the tools. He is a New York City player. Yes, he is. But then again, somewhere down the line, instead of somebody kept building him to be the basketball player we needed as a New York City player, somebody let him go off to the right and they started this jelly fam, all this. My thing is that that's cool. But think about when we were in high school, G.
Right.
Our guys were like, okay, if you was top in our city, you going to Kentucky, going to Arizona, and you staying, and you playing, you starting, and you going to thing. My man Big Ben Davis. But now, our best players in New York City is going to low to mid majors, and then if they do go to some core big, they're not really holding on in there. I'm like, I'm trying to do my job. I'm trying to do my part. I'm trying to. I told you the other day that, okay, a New York City kid right now that can be talented as hell can be, yo, I seen NBA talent with our kids every day. But my thing is, this is the smallest thing. Are you going to be able to play at a high level with understanding of the game in the fourth quarter when you're tired? Where that you ain't gotta get the ball and be the hero, but just you on the court. If you're the point guard, can you run your team to make sure the right person gets the shot, the team is running smoothly? I know what my coach wants. Or are we sending kids to school that only know I don't play D, I whiff and let this muff do whatever, but let me get the ball back and let me show you how I got jelly fan moves and I got behind my neck. But then again, when somebody's going to pay somebody money to play this game, they not looking for it. Like my man, for one.
Yeah, you come in and out. Get your phone right. And James Hargrove, I do agree because a lot of them don't understand the game. And when I spoke to Speedy Claxton the other night, he said the same thing that he's seeing with a lot of the kids that's coming up, that they're not understanding the game as much. A lot faster and a lot stronger, but a lot of them don't really understand the game as much as supposedly we did kept coming up. So that's definitely a good point.
Yeah, yo, my part went dead. I had to get him on my phone. But yo, real quick, what I was gonna say is that about Skip, right? That's the thing that we should be away from, because he did it, right? And he showed us that that's not how you get to the league. I've been playing with Skip since me and Skip was playing on the Entourage team for Hershey back in the days when we just wanted chicken wings.
Right.
We wasn't getting no run. It was Hassan and them and them, Ron and Clary and them. Skip was the young boy, fingers in his mouth. Me and Skip just wanted wings, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But everybody knows Skip, his name, Skip to my Lou. Everybody know about that dancing machine, that handle he had, right? My thing is that is not what got him to the NBA.
But that's what's promoted. That's what's promoted. That's what's promoted. And that's when N1 came around, that's when I started playing basketball. Like,
I feel
everybody mentality. If you go out to California, you go out to some of these other leagues in other states, they're playing serious basketball.
Right.
Nobody is trying to become the clown. Right? Nobody's trying to become,
and then, see, that's what you gotta understand is that, see, Skip could have stayed Skip. He could have stayed the Uptown name. He didn't do that. That's why I love that man, because he went and became Ray for Austin, because he knew I'm not in this game to be Skip to my Lou. I just don't want to follow in Uptown. And he kept fighting for it. 10-day contracts. He just put it up today. 10 days contracts, playing with Toronto, Miami, Orlando. He got there, and it wasn't because he was Skip to my Lou. He got there as Ray for Austin, the basketball player that knew how to run a team. Come off the bench behind.
And then when he finally got it together on Orlando, like my man Jamel said, they jerked him because he had a great series, got him past that round in the playoffs, and they jerked him.
But yo, we all know what that goes back to. That goes back to, this is a business. They jerked him. He got paid for it. I understand. But then again, you remember they came in with, what's the guard that was with
Jamel, what's his name?
Jamel, right, that went to St. Joe's, right?
Right,
with Delonte West. They rock with him more on Skip because, yo, I've been there as far as trying to get a pro contract. They looking at this young cat that's coming from St. Joe's that just lit up the NCAA, right, group, the business. And they looking at Skip that, you're a little bit older guard, you're a journeyman. Who we gonna play? Most likely it's like buying a car. Skip was a 2010. The other guard was a fresh off the lot.
Nelson, thank you.
Jameer Nelson, yeah. So Jameer Nelson was fresh off the lot. And right now, he would have been cheaper. You'd have to pay Skip, like, I guess, vet fees and all that. It's a business. So my thing is that he still got there, and salute to him because he still represented and showed, like I told you the other day. I'm looking for, where's our kids, like, where's our Mark Jacksons? Where's our Ross Stricklands? Where's our Jonathan Ducks? Where's our cast that's from New York City that went? Mark Jackson and Raw can give you that shit. Raw didn't do that when he was in the NBA. Summer League, he might have did that. Boo Harvey. But now we got, our kids are on this. Watch this one move. A game is what?
I could definitely, the two guys who I really like, right? Two guys who I really like, Malachi from St. Ray's. I heard he will. Malachi Smith, and I like Khalil Brantley. Okay, I'm starting to hear about. Well, I'm starting to hear about. That's Jamel Thomas that went to Lincoln. Got two sons coming up now. One is at Clinton. I don't know about them yet. Maybe, but I'm talking about these. Watch this. But I'm saying that these two guys, they're real serious, and they're real good kids. They're real good kids. Only thing I want, and this is personally, it may not be for everybody else. Y'all want our tri-state area to get back to what we were. Yeah, we were known for, they'll drag you with that handle and all that. But let's get back to, but we do know this game, bro. We ball. We tough. We do that. Tiny worked there. Like I told you the other day, like Lance. Lance Stevenson is amazing, yo. There's no way that he should be maybe in the NBA, and if he is in the NBA, he's not an NBA All-Star. I think if with the right mindset on him to understand that what his tools are, a lot of cats in the NBA ain't got. He can shoot, dribble, and he's 6'7". Politics in the business. We just talked about. But then again, watch this. Politics in the business will do you dirty when you're doing your own shit, like blowing the niggas' ears in games. I'm a type that when I ball, I'm not blowing in your ear, but I'm gonna be in your ear as far as I'm gonna try to play some deep. Those kind of things that kind of helped him stick around longer than he probably would have been sticking around for because they had something to talk about when they mentioned him. Mind you, it probably wasn't something that's positive that a lot of people would have done, but it got him noticed and kept him around a couple of years more than he would have. James said, AAU is killing us. Groove, you right, because you got to think about it. There's an AAU team on every other block now. And if not an AAU team, it's a trainer. I got to tell you how I got to deal with kids that go in the summertime. Listen, when you follow the money, you'll see the more money gets put in something, the worse it gets. Because it becomes more about the product at the end of the day than the foundation of grooming these kids. So you get them in, get them out. Get them in, get them out. Quick fix. But come on, man. Get them right. Get them right. I know, but you can't get them right when you're competing against guys who getting $80,000 checks from Nike or got 100. I know. You get what I'm saying? This one thing. I'm the way I am because, like I said, 10, 15, 20 years from now, I don't want no player that I ever coach to come back to me and be like, yo, you know what? You used me. You didn't care about my well-being. You cared about winning your games. You didn't care that I wasn't getting schoolwork done and I wasn't learning to become a better basketball player. Like, I came to you as a dunker. You didn't help me on my jump shot. You didn't help me on my knowledge of this game. I give all my kids that. I give a kid walking down the street that. I give a kid that's in the park shooting by themselves knowledge that I got because I have it. I gained it through experience and somebody giving it to me. I'm giving it back. Whether you use it, nah. Because a lot of our kids, they don't know. I know because when I get a lot of kids that I coach,
And you know, I'm not getting 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds. I'm not getting freshmen. I'm getting like 18, 19-year-old, got kicked out of schools. They ain't got the credits. Nobody really want to believe in them. And they telling me how nice they are. And I want to know where they played at. What's their resume? And they don't have one to go for.